This tutorial will show how to create and manipulate a zone plot item in FLAC3D 7. The model we'll be using is from the Quick Start tutorial and represents a cylindrical tunnel in a T-shape. Create a zone plot by going to the drop-down arrow next to the Build Plot button. The view can be adjusted with the View Shift tool seen at the right. This button resets the view, which can also be done by pressing the Ctrl and R keys together. The view can also be adjusted with the keyboard and mouse. Click and drag the model with the right mouse button to rotate it. Clicking and dragging on the model with the right and left mouse buttons together will pan the model. Holding the Control key and clicking and dragging on the model with the right and left mouse buttons together will roll the model. To zoom in and out, scroll with the mouse wheel. A list of these shortcuts can be found by right-clicking in the white space of the plot and selecting Plot Control Help. In the Attributes table at the right, the zone plot is currently being colored by label, with Group selected as the label. The slot attribute can be changed to show the different predefined and user-defined groupings that were created for the model. Now change Label to State. This will show the failure state of each zone. Color List shows a list of the colors used in the zone plot. These can be changed by clicking on a color in the table and selecting a different one. For the next two table options, we need to select a portion of the model. To do this, switch to the Model pane and click on any part of the model. Highlight Selected highlights the selected portions of the model. While Selected only shows the selected portions of the model. Null Faces shows the face boundaries between null and non-null zones. Null zones are used to represent material that is removed or excavated from the model. The stresses within a null zone are automatically set to 0. Hide Null hides the null zones when checked. Since it was unchecked, the null zones in the tunnel are now visible. Map maps the plot to new coordinates through either translation or changing the scale along an axis. Translate is useful for showing several plot items together in the same plot by shifting the displayed plot items. Def.fac sets the deformation factor. If this is above 1, the deformation is magnified by that many times. Polygons sets properties of item facets. If fill is unchecked, the zone mesh can be seen throughout the model. Checking transparency makes the plot transparent. The level of transparency can be changed by unlocking and moving the slider. Legend has options to control the layout of the legend at the left. This can be turned on and off for each plot item, and the legend title changed as well. More text options are available under each subheading. Now change color by to contour. This will create a contour plot on the model from a given zone value. Change zone value to stress to create a contour plot of stress over the model. Quantity sets the particular stress value that is being contoured. Set it from XX to minimum principal. Method sets the interpolation scheme for displaying values within the model. Change it from constant to volumetric averaging. While constant causes there to be only one value per zone, volumetric averaging smooths the values across the zones, causing there to be multiple values per zone. Contour has options to change how the contouring looks and is specified. Reversed flips the color ramp. We'll keep it checked since compressive stresses are negative. Next, create a vector zone plot by going to the Build Plot button. This adds displacement vectors to the plot. Hide the stress plot to more easily see the vectors. Although the vector value can be changed, leave it on displacement for now. Checking boundary makes only the vectors on the face boundaries visible. Checking uniform magnitude makes all the vectors the same length, and thus the ones with smaller values are more visible. Skip designates how many zones are skipped when generating vectors. Increasing this will mean less vectors are generated. Scale sets the scale of the size of the vectors. It is automatically set based on the values in the model. However, we can manually adjust it as well. The shape of the arrows can be adjusted by changing the arrow shape values. Quality is the number of sides used to make each arrow. A value of 20 makes them nearly circular. Checking by magnitude colors the vectors by magnitude, contouring them in a similar way as the contour plot. When point to base is checked, the vectors point to each respective grid point instead of originating from them. When the mouse is over the zone plot, information about the zone that the mouse is touching is displayed in the information window to the right. More information can be seen by using the Show Detailed Information of Object and Plot button on the toolbar. If a zone is clicked on and selected, a detailed list of information on that particular zone is shown. From here you can go to any grid point, join, face, or link connected to the zone. A detailed list will show up for each of these that are selected. Pressing the New Log button enters the shown information into a text file. After the text file is created, more information from model objects can be added. This concludes the zone plot item tutorial.